We've got 8 lessons. Let's go. So the first lesson, or first 2 lessons, I should say, that we're going to be talking about, they refer to data storytelling. And of course, this whole module, or the course, I should say, is all about data storytelling. But I thought it would be helpful to dive in a bit more into, I guess, in some ways, the theory behind this. And so first, we often, we'll throw around this term data storytelling when we talk about making data compelling. We sometimes will use the frame, make a data story out of it, or create a story around the data. You'll probably hear that at times. And I think we should address the question, why should we bother with storytelling or, communicating our data? I mean, isn't a picture worth 1,000 words? And so shouldn't the graph alone do the trick? And I would say, or the map for that matter, I would say probably not. And it's because our brains, they're just wired for stories. Now, some of us have brains wired for data. All of us have brains wired for stories. So when we hear a story, not only are the language processing parts of our brain activated, but any other area in our brain that we would use when we're experiencing the events of that story, those are also activated. It puts our whole brain to work, in other words, a story does. If I were to say, let me tell you a story, you're going to start to pay attention and listen in a way that's much, much more meaningful than if I were to say to you, let me share with you some data. It just gets us primed to pay attention. So we might as well make use of this, of storytelling. This is a quote that I think really speaks well to the need here. We have this notion that information is just going to rain down on us and it's just going to soak in somehow. And I think what, in this case, this pediatrician, Erin Carroll, is saying is, no, that's not really how it works. We tend to think, yes, that facts are all powerful. It's not true, though. We're going to need to paint our data on a broader canvas in order for those data to be convincing.